How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we're taking a look at Workhorse and the growing eventuality that we don't get the USPS contract in September, what you should do, what you should not do, and kind of what I'm looking for going forward. We're also going to talk about a new job position at Workhorse that's pretty interesting and just keeps you focused on the long-term growth prospects of Workhorse. So if you guys like this kind of thing, if you like Workhorse, if you like these updates, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Also, before we get started, if you guys want 2 free stocks from WeBull, they're doing this for a very limited time where they're still giving out 2 free stocks if you deposit $100. So please do that. I mean, it helps out the channel a lot. And they do have another promotion too, where if you refer someone else, you get 4 free stocks. So that's also for a limited time. Definitely check out the link below. I really like WeBull a lot. So with Workhorse, we see it down pretty significantly on the day, and I'll actually update it here. We are down about 5.6%, and that leaves a lot of people asking why this is, because the general stock market is up for the day. Well, there's only one thing that I can really see being the cause of this, and that's that it is the end of September, and we don't have the USPS contract. So they have not announced it. There's been a lot of people talking back and forth whether we are going to have this contract announced in September or partway through October or end of the year. And we've seen a massive run up in Workhorse. Even over just the last month, we still are up about 41%, even with our little dip today. And we've seen even more big gains over the last 6 months. We can see that it's up massively. And this is basically just on the fact that, first of all, more people are looking at the stock. But that is because of the fact that there is this possibility for them to get a large portion of this $6.3 billion to $8 billion contract. Now, there has been some debate on how big it is, but the important thing is we have not gotten it yet at the end of September. There are a lot of people that are going short term on this. There are a lot of people that are trying to jump out before it goes down more today, and they're trying to buy back in maybe in a few days. And I am putting this out before the end of the month. Obviously, there could be something that happens where we do get the announcement for the USPS contract, but I will definitely update you then. But what I want to do is cover what I am doing and what I think you shouldn't do, because this is really important. As my name says, I want to be your financial friend, and financial friends, or just friends in general, keep each other in check. So if you invested in this company for the long term because you like it, or just because you think we're going to get the USPS contract part of it, if you thought that and you were looking to invest over the next few months, I would not sell out now. So I think a lot of people will be jumping ship right now because we don't have the USPS contract. They're going to try to do some smooth move where they sell off and then buy back in. And honestly, sometimes that works. There have been people that have commented on the video saying that they've been able to do this, but it's very difficult. And if we get this news after hours, then it could be a massive problem. So let's say we get news at 7 p.m. tonight that the USPS contract is announced, and then Workhorse goes up massively. If you sold out and try to buy back in, you might be buying at 20, 30, 40% higher than what you're selling it now. Now, again, I will talk about WeBull a second here because they trade from 4 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that definitely helps. But even then, even if you use them, there could be some issue in trying to fulfill those orders. So you could definitely lose out on a massive upside. And not only that, but we've talked about this before. So if you try to sell out and we get the contract, there could be a huge short squeeze. So as we see here, as I've talked about before, 22 million shares are shorted. This is a massive amount of the company. I mean, when you consider that's about $55 million worth, even a little bit more, that's essentially 1/5 of the company. What could happen would be that we get the USPS contract, the stock price jumps up real quick, and then it's too late to buy back in, or the psychology of investing gets to you and you see it go up 10, 15% and you think, oh, it's too late, but then it runs up even more. What I am personally doing is I'm going to hold, and I am looking at this for a medium to long-term investment. So if we don't get the USPS contract, I've covered this before, but if we don't get it and we know for a fact that there is no portion that we're going to get, like it comes out and Workhorse didn't get any of it, then I will most likely sell. I think that will drop down to maybe $10 to $12 a share. But if we don't have any news on the contract, I'm going to hold out. And I realize that the stock price could go down, but I like this company long term. And, I can see myself selling it, but that's just if it gets to a very expensive price. Otherwise, if we get part of this USPS contract and it stays around the same, or we don't get any of the USPS contract because we just don't get any news about it, I plan on holding the stock. Now, of course, if news comes out and something changes, I am probably going to update my opinion on it. If we have some different news that changes my mind, I'm not going to just keep the stock because I said it in this video. If something comes out and my opinion is changed, I'm going to do what I think is best and tell you guys about it. But again, I would be cautious about selling it right now if you're looking at just buying back in the next day or two, because really we don't know when the USPS will announce the contract. Now, I will also show you something that's pretty interesting, and this is just kind of something that you have to keep in mind with companies like this. There's been a lot of news about all the different achievements and all the different headlines, them being able to increase their range for their last mile delivery, their agreement with Hitachi. They have a lot of things going for them, and there's just constant news that brings the stock price up. Now, I think a lot of people didn't notice this, but recently on the 25th, they put a new job up for certification manager for aerospace. Now, this doesn't really mean anything by itself, but I think this reminds you of the long-term goals of this company. This is essentially to help them with their drone delivery. So while this USPS contract might not go well, while they might be years down the line from drone deliveries, if they are continuing to put money into this and if they can actually develop it, it kind of reminds you about the long-term prospects of this company and makes you think a little bit more long-term instead of just thinking about this contract, like I said. But hopefully this video just kind of reminded you of the old adage or old saying that time in the market is much more important than timing the market. So be cautious if you're trying to sell Workhorse short term and buy back in. So those are my thoughts on this. I am not selling, anytime soon unless we see a massive increase or if we get, specific news that we did not get the USPS contract. I'd be curious to know what you're doing. I think that, again, I will update you if we get any news. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for using that link down below to WeBull. And also, if you want to see all the bullish points on Workhorse, because like I said, there are a lot. I did a video yesterday that not too many people watched. Only about 4,000 or 5,000 people watched. And honestly, I think it's one of my best videos so far on the channel. You should definitely check it out, and I'll put it right here on the end screen. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you just in a second in this other video. Bye.